I think sometimes I get frustrated with this notion that there is no benefit to being a good person because I think that it's just kind of flatly wrong for many reasons. And I got basically three real reasons, right? Back to front, we can kind of go through. The first one I want to talk about is the holistic benefits of being a good person. Now, a lot of people I think don't really want to consider this part because, this part requires, you know, kind of a less measurable form of benefit, but it is nonetheless beneficial, right? If you know how it feels to make someone smile, you know that that feeling is something that is is unlike anything else. Making people happy is genuinely a top like three to one feeling of all time, and I think that that in itself is something that's worth chasing. But I also would say that there's more to it than that, even, right? Being a good person is good for the soul. It's good for understanding others. It's good for waking up and just feeling good about yourself, right? Because no matter how many bad things happen to you, right? No matter how bad your day was, you can go and you can say, well, I tried my best to make my impact on others as good as it could be, you know? And I personally find that kind of beautiful, right? The ability to look at the harm you feel and do good things, and take comfort in that is something that I respect. And I understand too a couple very important things, right? That this might be in some ways a position of privilege for me, right? Because um because I have, you know, I've had my struggles, but most of my struggles have been internal. Or have been struggles, yeah, forgive Dr. House. I forgot to change my skin. We're just going. Uh, most of my struggles have been internal, right? So I guess I can't fully relate to the issues of someone who is maybe going through more external or serious struggles throughout their day-to-day life. Um, but I do think, right, at least in my experience, from my perspective, right, and if you want to say I live in the perspective of privilege, I'll say that's, you have a right to say that. Right? I'm not super rich, but my family has not done a lot of financial struggling, and the periods of financial struggle have been small. Um, I understand that. That's the thing that I'll acknowledge. But I do think that if you try your best to be good to people, it just feels nice. And it gives you kind of this confidence that things will work out. And I also understand the beating down on somebody that can happen, right? When you're so confident everything will work out and it just never does. Or you feel as if your kindness is taken advantage of often, right? You're nice to people who wouldn't be half as nice to you back. And I think there's kind of a balance to where you shouldn't take disrespect, right? But you also should not take everything as disrespect. And you shouldn't, because I like to have this mindset about it, right? Number one, who am I to feel like I need respect beyond the respect that a normal human commands? And who am I to believe someone else doesn't deserve respect? I think this kind of like some people you don't talk to, that respect is earned, right? And I kind of disagree with that when it comes to other people in your day-to-day life. I think maybe trust is earned, right? But even then, I think that's a little dodgy. I think respect is something that you should afford everybody. And if they choose to break that respect, if they choose to lose it, that's their problem, not yours, right? It's more of like, this is, you, instead of you prove to me why you deserve respect, you prove to me why you don't. And I'll give you the respect that every human being deserves. And anyway, back on the disrespect. Some people, I feel like they think so highly of themselves and take anything as disrespect, or they think so little of themselves that they hear any insult as being a strike at the things they feel every day. and I understand that, but I do think that that is something that I try to avoid, and a thing that is beneficial to try to avoid. Oh, squids! What is up? Anyway, um, so I guess we're going with this. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. We'll wrap up the holistic section. Fighting through a lot of troubles and fighting through people's being mean to you or taking advantage of you to keep being a positive impact on the world is a thing that requires a lot of strength and a thing that is very rewarding, at least to me. I would say, I would say that most people would benefit from that. And sometimes I don't even always do that, right? I maybe am preaching a thing I don't always do, but I try. I really do try because, like I said, the feeling that putting a smile on someone's face gives you is just amazing. Now, I think number two is a lot more tangible of a benefit, right? Which is the benefit of people liking you. They're not liking you in a fake way where like, oh, earn their respect. If you're not like some kind of leader, you haven't earned the respect of whoever, right? Except for very, very weird circumstances, your friends around you shouldn't respect you. They should like you, you know. And that, and when people like you and they root for you, you get things back. You get them wanting to be there for you, wanting to fight for you when you need it. I mean, if someone comes to you, right, and they absolutely need help, or they need someone to talk to, oh, fine, I'll talk to you. Or you think, oh, whatever, right? You think for some reason you can't. Unless, I'll say this caveat, if you're going through your own thing and you don't think you can emotionally handle it, I understand that. But not dealing with someone else's pain because you don't want to, I kind of disagree with, largely, right? If just because you don't want to, just because there's be an inconvenience. Because the thing is, what happens when you are going through something and you need someone to be there for you? Then you don't really have someone. Because all these people that they aren't there for me. Maybe if they're kind, they'll say, okay, right? But it doesn't need to be transactional, but it's just how a lot of people are. If you show them that respect and you show them goodness, you'll kind of get it back. You'll get that goodness back, right? You'll have people who root for you, people who wish you success, rather than people who are either indifferent to your success or wish you failure outright. I think that this is just a very important part of it for me. Forgive my swimming. Now this isn't the most satisfying gameplay you've ever seen. Um, yeah, that's kind of the main thing, right? People will come out and shoot for you. But the meaner you are, the more you push people down for your own success. And this doesn't mean let them walk all over you. Obviously, you gotta have your self-respect. You gotta look out for yourself sometimes. But being good to other people, being kind to other people, absolutely will make them more likely to be kind back in the future. Even though a lot of people won't be, right? Those people are acting on the same instincts you might be acting on when you say you don't want to be kind because you should do what you want to do or whatever, right? You should be kind. Some people won't be kind back. They won't repay the favor, but a lot of people will. And when you need it, they will be around. I have had too many times where I've seen people who are not kind, right? Realize that their friendships, their relationships are built on lies, they're built on tolerance and not love because the people around them don't love them because they are not kind. I feel bad for these people. I don't think this is necessarily deserved, right? Because a lot of people grow up in different places with different values, right? And I do think there's a judgmentalness that comes to people, completely shunning you, right? And everybody is their own person as well. Yes, I found it. Everybody is their own person as well, so they all do things differently, and no one should fit the same criteria. But you should just, if you try to be nice, people will repay it back a lot of the time. That's kind of the summary of point number two. And point number three is if you believe other people won't be kind back, so you have to be kind. You have to not be kind, sorry. You have to push others down. That is the mindset that leads to more unkindness, right? I'm just going to take this stuff. More selfishness will breed. Selfishness will just breed more selfishness, right? And we will live in a selfish world where everybody looks out for no one but themselves. And I think that that's bad. I think you should look out for others. I think it's beneficial. And I think it's good. Hey, what's up, dog? How's it going? Ooh, I didn't know they even had these things here. Can you do that? Yeah, the villagers can't use this, so I can use it. So my final point is that being nice can help give a nice world. You're nice to others, you set a precedent, you bring people into being nice. People will be inspired by it. I've seen it, right? And there will be people who will fight back. You can't let those people dictate the way you live your life, right? Because bad people should not be kind of the thing you're going for. I think in general. So I think if we're all more kind, we just live in a more kind world. Change starts with you. If everybody's evil, you can't be evil because, well, I gotta look out for myself. I think it is up to all of us as a collective, and as individuals, but as a collective, to just be kind. So I would say, be nice, and we will be able to live in a nicer world. I don't even know how this. I don't. Do I poke them? How does this even? Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's really all I have to say.